What's up, everybody, and I hope that you all are having a lovely day. Welcome to my channel, Al the Anomaly. I'm Al, and today I will be discussing the new Bleach One Shot and key highlights and takeaways from the first chapter, as well as what's to come in the upcoming arc. Apologies for taking so long to get this video out. It was honestly stupid, and I had setback after setback, but I'm ready, and it's here, and it can be delivered. And for those who are unfamiliar, Bleach ended back in 2016. The official manga ended in 2016. It was a couple or like 4 years before that where the anime ended. After that, there was no Bleach content for quite some time until the Burn the Witch One Shot, which released as just a one shot. Then it proved to be really good. Shonen Jump picked it up. They got a 3-part anime over here, and it had a movie in Japan. But there's a season 2 in the works, and there were some more transcripts from the manga that I peeped a while back. But some expansion on the Bleach universe is coming. But for the mainline Bleach story, this is where this one shot really like shines, or so to speak. For now, this is just the first chapter, so we don't know what could happen. But it picks up after the war with Yawat. I don't know how much time has passed since we were introduced to Ichigo's son Kazui, but it takes place sometime when he's of age, of course. He doesn't look as much older he did when we first were introduced to him, but he's very skilled for his age, if I may say. We've already been shown that he has like quite the ability compared to Ichigo as a Shinigami, so to speak. But Ichigo has never really formally been a Shinigami, only a substitute. You can see Ghost just like his dad, and he's pretty friendly, pretty easygoing like his mom. He's like his dad. I would say this: Dad's ability was Mom's personality, and that's the complete way to say how Kazui is. Ichika, Renji, and Ruki's daughter, she makes another appearance in this as well. And if you haven't seen her, she's basically a perfect combination of her mom and dad. And following all that, we learned about more concepts and more terminologies and stuff. We learned about something known as the Kanzo Reisai, I believe. Kanzo Reisai. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Kanzo Reisai is basically this funeral ceremony specifically for captains who have died in battle. That takes place 12 years after their funeral. Yes, 12 years after their funeral, this Kanzo Reisai has to take place. And what we learned from that is that it's this festival where we send off our captains, basically, ones that have died in battle. And Renji is telling Ichigo about this, and it's been quite some time, or he has never himself personally been involved. I wonder what everyone's thoughts are with like Bleach for coming back. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? I would like to know. Please let me know in the comments if you think it's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't necessarily see it as a bad thing. It's pretty cool to see a legacy anime finish. Because let's be honest, no one was happy or pleased with the Fullbringer arc being in the last part of Bleach while the manga was still being published. And then the way it abruptly ended, I definitely say there's some justice needed for that series. There's justice needed for a lot of series, but Bleach is one of those series I definitely want to see justice done for. And hopefully when they do this 1,000-Year Blood War arc, it's the nuts. A few takeaways from the one shot is that we see Kazui, Ichigo's son, and his ability as a Soul Reaper. He's pretty skilled as he can transform without having to use the Gigai, as it's seen with Kon telling him, hey, I thought you were going to sleep or you're going to sneak out. But he sneaks out to talk to this ghost. Funny how he's just like his dad talking to ghosts and shit. But and he leads this ghost to a better place, and he takes him into this forest, and he does some type of like, which shows that, oh man, he has great skill with this ability at that age. He's going to be talented when he's older. We get a glimpse of Ichika again, Ruki and Renji's daughter, and find out more about her and her training. She's being trained by Ikaku, Renji's master, so that's pretty cool. They never had camera phones in the Soul Society until Urahara, which is quite funny. It shows just how he's so innovative even in the future. But he brought camera phones, and they're able to use camera phones now, which is quite odd, but, you know, it's Bleach. Can't argue it. Mayuri has a new hairstyle, and it's quite creepy. He looks like a deer with, like, very abnormal horns. But Mayuri's always one for weird outfits and shit. But he's one of the smartest fucking people in the show, so hands down, and we get back to him. We get a glimpse at all the favorite captains and wonderful returning faces. We get to see the new changes to characters' outfits and whatnot. The only people I don't think we see during this is I think he's only in the cover too, Kenpachi and Byakuya. I think we don't see them too. Kensei, I know Shinji became a captain again. We get some of the captains, but not all of them. But they're all talking about this console race eye situation. So when they get there to Karakura Town, Ichigo also sneaks on the trip without telling her father. But during the situation, she's there, and there's a hell butterfly that floats above her head. And at that moment, she realizes there's this giant hollow behind her dad. So this fight breaks out with Ichigo, Renji, and all the Soul Reapers and these hell beasts. Renji's grabbed by these chains from hell. Now, if you remember in the movie, the one character, I don't remember his name because I haven't seen the movie in some time, the one character can utilize the chains of hell as well. So in walks a character we haven't seen in a while, Zayad Opera. And now this goes back to the one shot for the Hellverse movie, whereas Zayad Opera was in hell with Aranyeto. So something must have happened over that time period to whereas he comes back because he has a new look. And he explains to Renji that when you're in hell, you're freed from your yoke of a hollow. All this crazy shit and like hatred and fear and sadness, whatever, it pours out of his brain. So Zayad Opera then engages and tries to fight Renji. It doesn't work out because Ichigo's there, and then he's telling Ichigo he's going to kill him, and Ichigo's like, I don't know who the fuck you are. Which is funny. Ichigo and Zayad Opera never met. So Zayad Opera should know who Ichigo is based off of Aizen, but Ichigo doesn't know who Zayad Opera is. He might. I don't know. I'll have to go back and check if he's ever seen him or met him. But then you go to the other captains. Shunsui, head captain, Soifon. You go to a group of them. I'm pretty sure at a burial site, and at that burial site, there's this stuff called Phosphoplasm, which is a new thing, and a new thing that hasn't been talked about. Phosphoplasm is an essence of hell. I'm guessing it's like a little burning drop of reishi. So Shunsui goes on and tell these guys about a concept that has never been brought up, and I think it's called spirit class. It was something that was used back in the day by nobles to determine the density of spiritual pressure within reishi. He also says that since the Soul Reaper's body is made up of reishi, when they die, their body returns to the soul of the Soul Society. But when it comes to spirit class, there's 3 categories. You have a category of 20, which is a normal squad member. You have a category of 4 or 5, which is vice captain. You have a category of 3, which is a captain. Now, a captain's density is too much to linger around after they die, so the console race eye is a way of getting rid of it. The rumor was that the captain's grade 3 or higher reishi never goes back to the body of the Soul Society. Instead, we find out that they go to hell. Now, it's pretty interesting to figure that out. Well, it's pretty interesting to hear about that because at the same time when Zayad Opera was telling Ichigo, it raises the question, well, what or why do they go to hell? As Zayad Opera explains, it's an exchange of power. So this entire time we know Soul Reapers have been using the powers of hell to do what they need to do. Or so that's probably one of the questions. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's many questions to be answered after this one shot comes out. It makes you wonder, like, how is everything taking place? After that happens, he tells them that the balance is broken. You guys just sent down Yamamoto, you sent down Unohana, and you just taken care of Ukitake today. So that's 3 captains whose reishi just been sent down. And since Aizen and your watch has disappeared, the balance on the other side is broken. So one side has more reishi density than they need to. With that being said, Ukitake shows up and stabs Zayad Opera. Zayad Opera tells Ichigo that the funeral or the process has been complete. You've been slaughtering these hell beasts in front of the eyes of Jushiro Ukitake. So I'm going to be going back, but you got some shit to deal with. And isn't it funny? Hell has always been next to you. Haven't you realized, or haven't you guys ever wondered about the hell and the hell butterflies' names? So this also asks the question about the true nature of these hell butterflies. They have always been there. First episode, I think there was one flying around Rukia. I'm pretty sure the hell butterflies guide the Soul Reapers to do whatever they need to do, since they're from hell, or a way of monitoring the Soul Reapers to make sure that they're doing what they're doing, and to make sure they keep up with their end of the bargain. So it just makes me wonder who is in charge of hell and what type of deal was stricken between the Soul Reapers and hell as a whole. And are we going to see more characters returning that been sent there? I know in the one shot Aniero was down there as well, but he's like one of the worst, perhaps the most trash, the most trash of Espada. He was number 9. No one gave a fuck about him. He lost to Rukia too. A non-Bankai having Rukia beat him. So that's uber trash. But it makes me wonder that will this end up creating more for the series of Bleach, or are we just getting this one shot and being one and done? because we've seen the last thing that happened to his last one shot. It got turned into another series. I know with Bleach returning as an anime, it doesn't guarantee that the one shot will be an anime, but it begs the question: might there be something set up? I mean, if Bleach returns with full force and people are eating it up, there's no reason not to bring it out. I mean, you have other juggernauts in Shonen Jump right now. Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer. We got Chainsaw Man in the works, and we're going to have some other stuff. We still got Boruto. But it begs the question: will Shonen Jump bring or clear the table for another juggernaut to return? I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea, and it wouldn't necessarily be a good one, but it's a good idea to me. I'm just saying that it's a good idea to me. I would love for more Bleach, to be personally honest. Like next to Bleach, I say that some of the newer generation anime that really hooked me was Naruto. So Bleach and Naruto are like the two. I didn't hook on to One Piece until later on, and it was years, but it was worth it. But Bleach was something that stuck out to me, as I said before. The aesthetics, the art, the characters, the music. The music for number one. Bleach has some of the fucking best music in all of anime, period. And I don't care who you are. If you say Bleach has bad music, you might be, you might have something wrong with your ears, because that shit is fire. But outside of that, beautiful, beautiful combat scenes, beautiful names of abilities. It was just the right thing for its time. And you can, what I say about it is that it's like it was a newer generation Yu Yu Hakusho, and it became the older or the predecessor for Jujutsu Kaisen, since we know that the creator of Jujutsu Kaisen used to watch Bleach in school and love some Bleach. But Bleach is definitely one of those shows. And funny thing about it, fun fact about Bleach is that Kubo stated that he got the inspiration for Bleach from Saint Seiya, which is kind of funny to me. But in a way, I kind of see this. I kind of see some of the things he have picked up from it. But you definitely know he got some concepts from other stuff as well. Which is not to knock it. Bleach is an amazing story. But this one shot makes me hopeful for something good and hopeful for something better than how the story finished, because it was a massacre, and I don't like massacres. Burn the Witches is going to be phenomenal. I know once he finished that, it's going to be phenomenal, because right now it's starting off pretty phenomenal. And personally, it's starting off way better than how Bleach started off. As you write, you grow, and I'm pretty sure he's grown from what he's did in the past, but he had some mistakes too. But I'm pretty sure all the writers made mistakes. We can't just hold it above his head forever. 5 years since the manga's ended, about 9 years since the anime has ended. I'd say he deserves some redemption, a shot at redemption. After all, Hunter x Hunter got a shot at redemption. Full Metal Alchemist. I know those both aren't Shonen Jump, just Hunter x Hunter, but I would say Bleach definitely deserves its redemption. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think a Bleach returning would be something that you want to see, or do you think it's a waste of time and cash grab, or they're just milking it? Because I don't know. Maybe he has something bigger in store for Burn the Witch and Bleach. Maybe he could do a crossover. I'm pretty sure a crossover would be something people would be pretty interested in. Of course, after time, when the Burn the Witch universe, well, Burn the Witch series builds a bit more. With all we know now, that is just the Western Soul Society. So, like, are we going to have some Westerners that were in Bleach, like, pop up, or are we going to have a character pop up or something, a name mentioned, something, anything really? But I'm just hopeful, and I just can't wait to see any of it animated. I hope a good studio picks up the anime and makes it look good, because I know Studio Parrot did it before, but I don't know who's going to be doing it now. I don't think it's been confirmed. I'm gonna do some digging, but for now, that is it for the Bleach One Shot. If you have anything else you want to discuss about it, you can reach me in the comments, or you can follow me at any one of my pages on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, titled Owl the Anomaly, same as the YouTube name. Other than that, folks, I will see you later, and I will see you on my next video.